I've got sort of an outline that I have that I'm supposed to show at the end of the class. But basically what we do is each class, we focus on different sort of things. Mm-hmm. And it becomes, there's a lot of exercises. So 8-week course overview. Now in session 1, so this is not actually a session. This is simply an introductory class to see if it's something that appeals to you. And hopefully it does. Now, throughout every lesson, I use a lot of materials, a lot of reading practices, and then I give a lot of notes. So in the first session, we sort of get to, you look at sort of the fundamentals. You get to build the ideas and the fundamentals. In session 2, we start work on intonation skills. So the intonation basically means pauses, inflection, emphasis on certain syllables. So we work pretty hard at that. In session 3, we talk about speech mechanics. Now, what that has a lot to do with is slightly sort of some grammar. It's got some practicing with breathing and the way that the language is used in English with the throat, the jaw, the tongue, the lips, practicing certain sounds that might be strange to you if you didn't grow up speaking English. And then the 4th session, we do the differences between British English and American English. We focus on that a little bit, but basically that's a time for when we do a lot of idiom work. Now, idiom is expressions, you know, common to a certain culture or to a certain region, that sort of thing. In the 5th week, we do conversation modulation. These fancy terms, don't let them worry you. Basically what they mean, it's all about habit forming exercises, things like that. So conversation modulation, as an example, you'll meet a lot of people. People often think it's young, like teenage girls, but it's not. It's everybody. It's both genders. People often say things like this. Hello, I'm your teacher. My name is Brent. I'm going to help you. They go up, up, up all the time. And that makes you sound insecure, unsure, and it's not very useful because you only go up when you ask a question. What time is it? That sort of thing. So usually English sentences go down. My name is Brent. I live in Toronto. It's nice to meet you. If I said, my name is Brent. I live in Toronto. It's nice to meet you. You'd say, oh, I don't know. Are you asking me or telling me? So, you know, things like that. Modulation, when you're asking a question, when you're making a point, that sort of thing. Now, all of these mechanics of it, they sort of help reduce the accent. And the more comfortable and confident and fluent you become, then you find that your accent does disappear. Session 6, we do sentence and breath structuring. Most people, I find, tend to speak very quickly and they get tripped up a little bit. And in most of the reading passages that we do, when people begin, they often do a lot of getting lost, stammering, because they're not breathing properly. Mm-hmm. Session 7 is basically communication, where practices, we do practice dialogues, practice conversations. And then in session 8, it's an assessment. I wouldn't say it's like an exam or anything like that, but it's a formal assessment. So at the end of the course, I give you a whole bunch of things to read, and then I give you topic questions, like conversation topics to discuss with me, and I'm able to gauge your accent and how much it is reduced. And you understand that these are all recorded.